Yeah, she would shampoos a lot. Several mornings she shampoos my locks. Always have my back, she stand true to that. Real type of loving, thank you for that.
Ooh, today we have Carvil Gunter, a metal artist, discussing the inspiration for his art pieces and the profound emotional expression intricately woven into his creations. Welcome, Carvil.
Hi, Nisha. Thanks for having me.
Listen, and the deep voice. Hi, Nisha. Oh, hello there. Okay, so firstly, I want to ask you, can you just share with us what initially drew you into choosing metal art?
Okay, so initially I started out doing the traditional canvas, but there was a deep passion. There was something that was lurking within. And so you remember like when Jesus created man,
Right.
he said that was good.
Right.
But when he joined them together, woman.
Yeah, right.
So now by merging metal with the artistic skill, I arrived at metal art.
Right. So, okay, that was your journey into metal art. Tell us how your journey as an artist, how did that begin?
Okay, that began, I remember vividly, 1997. I took a trip to Cuba and I visited a gallery, bought some prints there, took them home. Exactly 2 years after my first child was born.
Ooh.
And then there was that inner calling. And as I remember, there was an art gallery close by that sold art supply.
Yeah.
I bought the 5 basic colors. Some brushes, and as they said, the rest is history.
So how did you know, hold on there, how did you know that they had the skill? Because looking at the paintings, it's amazing. How did you know you had the skill or you just start wherever you are and just keep going? How did you know you were so good at it?
Well, as a believer in Christ, and I want to share with you, because there are some stories in the Bible that, in terms of the revelation of them, I took them as inner application.
Right.
And so there was one with the master and the servant. When he gave them some gift, one he gave 2, and one he gave 5.
Yes, and one of them buried this and the other one.
So when I got my gift from God,
right,
I went out and I developed on it. It wasn't a easy journey, but it was a very fulfilling journey.
Beautiful. Speaking of journey, creation, your faith, where do you draw your main inspiration from? Would you say that it's you had your child, you said? Is it from your faith, your religion, your experiences, your emotions? Where do you draw your creativity from when creating?
Well, all inspiration, flow from above.
All right. Yes.
And then most of my subject matters are human emotion. I'm very intrigued and very fascinated analyzing human emotion, which was one of the Creator's greatest creation.
Right.
And so, following from the greatest mentor, God himself, those inspiration, and when I do a work, I am totally submerged within the work. My main focus is within the work. And then the joy, I can literally taste the joy in completing the work.
Right.
And one of the great benefits is to see in the reaction of those who encounter the work.
Right. Speaking of encountering the work, these are absolutely beautiful. What is your main... Do you draw from specific life experiences? Because I'm looking at this, for example, the second one that we have up here.
Right.
That lovely, the man and the woman having that kind of encounter. Is it life experience that you draw your inspiration from when creating the pieces? And do you want that type of narrative woven in the piece as you create them?
Well, it's an interesting question you ask, and let me address it by saying this. The title of that one is called Pure Passion.
Right, Pure Passion, that's the one, all right.
Right, and most people would look at that and they'll see the faces, but when I was creating that, the area that I was most fascinated in executing was both the male and the female, their hair, the locks, combining together. So to me, that's where the real chemistry is.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. You captured that. And to be honest, I am also drawn to the fact that they both have locks. Speaking of locks, we have the young lady, the first one at the end
Right.
there. She has a nice like a head wrap on. Tell us about that. Tell us about the journey, the experience. What do you want your audience to take away every time they view that particular one?
So once they view that one, it's the next chapter. Why is it the next
chapter.
Why is it the next chapter? There are times that in life there's a journey,
Right.
and sometimes you encounter struggles,
Right.
and then so you have to take on a different persona
Yes.
to execute, to fight those battles. But then once you have completed that journey, that person can no longer go to the next chapter.
Right.
So you have it, the next chapter.
Beautiful. It's like a shedding. And talk to us a little bit about this one. I want to get to the metal work over there, but before we jump over there, talk to us about this one. I want to go through all of them and then encounter this one.
That one is still waiting.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
What's she waiting on?
Well, life, in life, there's always expectations.
Right.
And,